Everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In the previous video, we have completed manage product part of cafe management system project. If you are not seen that video, just go to the description and check out the link. In this video, we are going to work on manage order part. So let us start with that. So let me open the VS Code and we have to go to the services. And in this, we have to go to the product services. And here we have to create few methods. So here we have to write get products by category, and in this we also need to pass the product category and it should return, and this will be http client.get method and this dot url plus double quotes, and here we have to write product slash get by category slash plus id we have to pass, and after that the next method will be get by id. So we have to get the product by id, so here we also need to pass the id, so id, and here we have to return this dot http client dot will be also the get method, so this dot url plus, and here in double quotes we have to write product slash get by id plus id semicolon. Save this. After that we have to generate a service. So right click on this service folder, click on open integrated terminal, and here we have to write ng generate service bill and press enter. So it will generate a service for us, so just wait for a few. And here you can see bill service has been created. Now over here we have to write url equals to environment dot API URL, this one, and the constructor we need to import private http client, and here we have to write http client, and we have to create few methods. So here generate rate report, this one, here we have to write data any type, and should be returned this dot http client dot, this should be a post method, and this dot url plus enter double quotes, here we have to write bill slash generated report and comma, and we are passing the data, and here we have to write headers and new http headers and dot set, and here we have to write content type, and here we have to write application slash JSON, this one, and after that the next method we have to create to get the PDF. So just press enter get PDF, and this we are also passing the data, and here we have to add observable, and this will be going to be imported from our XJS, and it should be a blob, we are expecting blob. Here we have to return this dot http client dot post method, this will be, and here we have to write this dot url, this double quotes, and here we have to write bill slash, okay, we also put slash over here, bill dot get edf and comma, and we have to pass the data semicolon at the end, and here we have to write response type, and here we have to write blob, and then save this. After this method we have to create one more method to get all the bills, so just write that one also, and it will be return this dot http client dot get this dot url plus and in double quotes bill and get bills, put semicolon and save this. So our services, bill services has been created. Now we have to install one package over here. So just click on new terminal and you can see that is Frontend folder terminal has been opened. Now we have to write npm install file dash saver space at the rate types slash file dash saver. So it will be used to save the files which we are going to get it from the backend. And just press enter. It will install this package in our system. It will take few seconds to install, so just we need to wait for it. Or we can generate few components over here. So let's go to the material component. Right click on this, open integrated terminal, and here we will write ng generate component manage order and press enter. And generate a component and package is installing over here. So just let it process. You can see component has been created. Okay, so if I extend this material component, you can see. Now we have to go to the material routing at this page. And here we have to just copy paste this part of the code. Put comma and paste it over here. And here we have to just write order. And here we have to change manage order component and admin, as well as this page will be accessible by user. So we have to just write user and save this. So after that we have to go to the menu item. So we are going to shared folder and menu items, and we are going to copy this line of the code over here. Just put a comma and put it over here, and here we have to write order, and here we have to write order. The link will be the same, and for this one I'm going to write shopping underscore cart. This page will be accessible by both, so just remove this role and just make it as blank and just save this. If I go over here, okay, it's showing some wrong. Okay, it should be shopping, this one G. Just save this, and now you can see manage order. You can see the page has been connected successfully. Okay, so just delete this one, and here you can see the packages also get installed in our system. And so after that we have to add few more like global constant text over here. So just come over here, and here we have to write few lines. So public static product exist error, and it should be a string type and double quotes, and product already exists, and public static product added, and it should be of a string type, and product added successfully. This message we are going to display and put semicolon. Now we have to go to the manage order page, and we have to go to the TS of this file, and here we need to display a few columns as well as tables, all those details. So let's start with that. So displayed columns and string, and is equals to singles name category price quantity total and edit, this one, and data source any manage order form we need to create, and form group, this one, column, and categories we are expecting, and we will store it in this one, and products also, and it should be stored in the array, this one, in price, any type, and total amount, and it should be of a number type, and it should be is equals to 0, and response message any, and after that we need to import few things over here. So just click over here, and here we have to write private form builder, this one, private category service, and here we need to import category service, and after that product service we need to import. So product service, this one, and after that we have to import the snack bar service, this one, private, and here we have to write bill service, and bill service we need to import this one. Let me scroll a little bit, and private, yes, enter over here, ngx service, ngx ui loader service, this one, and after that here we need to start the loaders, ngx service dot start, this one, and this dot one method to call. So that method basically get all the categories. So get categories, this method, just create this method over here. So just paste it over here, and categories, and here we need to create this dot manage order, this one, and this dot form builder dot group, and inside this one we have to write name, and here we have to write null validators dot required dot validators dot pattern, and the global constant dot name regex, we need to pass this one. After that comma email, and we have to do the same for this one. So validators dot required validators dot pattern, and global constant dot email regex, this one. And after that for contact number, just copy paste this line of the code and paste it over here, and it will be contact number. So just change it over here, contact number. Let me scroll a little bit, this one, and here we have to change this to contact number regex, this one. After contact number, the next will be payment method, and it should be of null, and validators dot required, and after that product, and it should be of null, and validators dot required, and after that category null comma validators dot required. After category, the next will be quantity null validators dot required. After quantity, the next will be price null validators dot required. After price, the next will be total, and it should be not, it should be 0, and validators dot required. Okay, and let's put a semicolon over here. After that, we have to write the code to get all the categories. So whenever this page going to load, in that case we have to call it categories API. So just dot category service dot. So here we don't need to call the get categories. So here we have to go to the services, category services, and here we have to create a method. So get filtered categories, and here we have to just write return this dot http client dot get this dot url plus double quote slash category slash get filter value, and here we have to just pass through, put semicolon and save this, copy this method name and paste it over here. So get filtered category, we are going to call this method, and after that here we have to write subscribe, and here we have to write response ini, and in this we just need to write this dot ngx services dot stop, and all the categories we are going to get it from here. We have to just pass it over here. So category dash response, and if any error occur, in that case we need to display. So I'm going to write that codes. So this dot ngx services dot stop first, and console dot log, and error, whatever the error we get, we are going to display it over here. So if and here error dot message, and this dot response message is equals to error question mark dot message, else this dot response message is equals to global constant dot generic error, this dot snackbar services dot open snackbar, this dot response message comma global constant dot error, and save this. So this method will get called whenever this page loads. So let's check it out. If I go over here, you can see one API is called over here, ID and T. If I go to the categories, you can see there's 3 categories, but still we are getting only one because these 2 categories does not have any products. Okay, let's get back to the VS Code, and now we have to create a multiple methods over here. One by one we're going to add it. So get products by category, and here we have to pass value and any, and this dot products product services dot get product category by category, value dot id dot subscribe, response ini, and let me scroll down this one, and this dot products, and here we have to pass the response, this dot manage order dot controls dot price dot set value, and here we have to just clean the all the values which we have already in our field. So that's the reason we are cleaning this one. So this dot manage order form dot controls, and here we have to write quantity and dot set value, and we are also going to put as this one, and this dot manage order form dot controls, and here we have to write total, or you can say subtotal of the value. So and it should be 0, and if any error occur, in that case error any, so we need to display. So I'm just going to copy paste above lines of the code from here, just copy this part of the code and paste it over here, just save this, and we don't need to stop this one, so just remove this part of the code, and we just need this line of the code from here. After this we have to get the particular product. If we select any one product, in that case we need to trigger one method. So get product details, and so we are going to call this method, and value and any, and let me scroll this one a little bit up, this dot product services, this one, and dot get by id, this method we need to call, and value dot id we need to pass this one dot subscribe, and response any, and here we need to just this dot price and response dot price, whatever the price we have to just pass in this field, and this dot manage order forms dot controls, and here we have to write price dot set value, and here whatever the response dot price we are going to get, we are going to just pass it in that. Let me copy this line of the code 2 times over here, 1 2, and here we have to change this ones to quantity, and here the quantity will be 1, and that too should be in the string form, so 1, and here we have to write this dot price, this one, and we're going to multiply with 1, and we can also leave this dot price, that will also result as a scene, but for better understanding we have write like that, any, and here we have to just for the displaying the error we have to just copy paste this line of the code over here, paste it over here, and save this. So get, after that next method is set quantity, this method, and the value any, let me scroll a little bit up this one, and where temp is equals to this dot manager, MongoDB, not MongoDB, manage order controls and quantity dot value, and if temp is like this, in that case if condition will be executed, and this dot manage order dot controls, and here we write total, and total dot set value, this one, and we just need to copy this line of the code and paste it over here, and then we have to write value, and instead of total we have to write quantity, and then we are going to multiply and paste it again the same line, and instead of total we have to write price, and then we have to write dot value, put semicolon at the end, and save this. Let me decrease the size of this one, let me format this so that might be it will okay. So after that we have else if condition, else if temp not equals to double quotes like this, and here we have to just paste this line of the code, and here we have to just change quantity dot set value, and in single here we have to write 1, and after that the same above line of the code, this part of the line we have to just copy paste and paste it over here and save this. Let me break this one and let me show you. So it will look like this, format document, and now you can see. Okay, after this one the next method will be for validate product add, and here we have to write if this dot manage order form dot controls and total dot value is equals to 0, or this value is equals to null. Let me copy this line of the code, paste it over here, and equals to null, or condition, paste the same line, and here just change total to quantity, and after that here we have to and is equals to, and here we have to write 0, then brackets, let me put this, break this line, it look like this, and here we have to return true, and in else condition we have to return, okay, let me scroll a little bit down, so return false. Okay, and after that the next method will be to validate, submit, and here we have to write if this dot amount, total amount, is equals to 0, and this dot manage order dot controls and name dot value and null. Let me copy this and here, or not over here, at the end, and here paste it, and instead of name just write email, and after email the next will be for more contact number, so contact number, and after contact number the next will be for payment method, so payment method. If all these fours does not is values is set to null, in that case we have to return false, so just bracket and return, and here we have to write, we have to return true, like we have to disable the button. Okay, so there is nothing is okay, yeah, and in else condition return, okay, so return false. One error was visible below, but when we save this page it automatically get removed. So after that we have add method, so let me scroll a little bit up this one, and here we have to write form data and this dot manage order dot value, and where product name this dot data source dot find, and here we have to write Upi ID number, and after that here e.id is equals to form data dot product dot id, put semicolon, let me format document, and after that if product name is equals to undefined, in that case this dot total amount is equals to this dot total amount plus form data dot total. We have to just save, we have to just add this. After that this dot data source, in that data source we also need to push, so in that array we have to push, so here we have to write id form data dot product dot id, after that name form data dot product dot name, and after that category, so form data dot category dot name, and after that quantity, and form data dot quantity, price form data dot price, total, and form data dot total, and this dot data source this dot data source we also need to update, and this dot snack bar services we need to display a message, and that will be the message will be product added successfully, and here we have to just write success, and in else condition we need to display the error like product already exists in the cart, or you can say the table. So this dot snackbar services dot open snackbar dot global constant dot product exist error comma global constant dot error, this one, and save this. After that we have to write the code to handle or remove like the product. So delete action, and here we have to write value any element any, and here we have to write this dot total amount is equals to this dot total amount element dot total, and this dot data source dot splice and value comma 1, this dot data source is equals to this dot data source, this one. And after handle delete action, the next method we are going to create for the submit action. So submit action where form data this dot manage order dot value where data name form data dot name email form data dot email contact number form data dot contact number payment method form data dot payment method total amount form data dot total amount, and it should be converted to string. Okay, so form data, not from form data we are getting the total amount, so this dot total amount we have, and dot to string we have to convert it to a string. Then we have to send to the backend for product details, and this one we need to convert to the JSON form. So dot stringify and this dot data source, this one, and we don't need to put semicolon at the end of this one. Okay, and this dot ngx services dot start. So here we have to call a method, API. So build services dot generate report this API. Let me scroll a little bit up. Okay, so after that data we have to pass and subscribe response any, and here we have to write this dot download file. So this method till now we did not create it, so we will create this method UUID. In this we just need to pass the UUID, and here we need to create the method, and here we have to write file name in and it should be of a string type, and whenever we get the 200 OK response we are going to call this method, and that we are going to pass the whatever that is in the response we get the ID. Okay, after that we also need to reset the form. So manage order form dot reset, and after that we also need to data source like field, and we need to remove all the elements, and this dot total amount we also need to set to 0, and if any error occur in that case we also need to display so error, and here we just need to, and here I'm going to get it the piece of code from here, all this line of the code, and paste it over here and format this. And now we have to go to the download over here, and here we have to first write where data UUID or file name, this dot build services dot get PDF, and data dot subscribe, and whatever the response we get, and here save as this one. We need to import this save as from file saver. From here we need to import. Let me go back over here, and here we have to write response, whatever the response we get, and file name we need to pass, and the file type we want, that we also need to pass. So PDF and semicolon, and this dot ngx services dot stop, we need to pass this one and save this. Now our TS part coding is completed. Now we have to write the code for CSS of this one. So let's write here mat form field, and here we have to write padding 5px, and here we have to write float right table width will be 100%, so width 100%, and after table the mat card, and padding and bottom we need to do. So padding bottom 30px, and it should be important. And now we have to write the code for HTML part. So let's go over here. Let me delete this one and let me write here mat card, and here we have to write bold and span tag manage order, and now we have to create buttons over here. So button, and in this we have to write mat flat button, and the color will be primary, and class float right and disabled, and here we have to call validate submit method, so which we have created over here. So validate submit method. Okay, so everything is like name, contact number, all these fields having like it having 0 or it does not match to null. In that case the button will be get disabled enabled. Okay, and here we are going to call this method, and in the click we are going to call the submit this method, submit action, this method we need to call. So just paste it over here, the name of this method and brackets, and inside this we have to write mat icon. So mat icon, and here we have to write print and submit and get bill, and then we have to just char over lines and save this. Let's go to the UI how it looked like right now. So if I go to the manage order, you can see there's a manage order, and here you can see the button. So let's get back to the VS Code, and now one by one we are going to create the form and all the fields which we are going to use it in this one. So mat card and B and span, and here we have to write customer details, and after that we have to create the form and form group, and the form name will be here we have created a form manage order form. This one we have to pass it over here, manage form. Inside this we have to create a div fx flex fx layout and column and div fx layout raw, and here we have to wrap wrap. Inside this we have to write mat form field and appearance lens standard and fx flex mat label, and here we have to write name. Let me format this, and now here we have to create the form. So input mat input and form control name required mat error star ng if controls dot name dot touched and manage order form dot controls dot name dot invalid. Let me decrease the size of this one, remove this one, and after the mat error we have to write span and star ng if manage form dot controls dot name dot errors dot required, and then we have to write this field is get3, and after that here we have to write span star ng if manage order form dot controls dot name dot errors dot pattern that this field is invalid. We have to display this messages. Now here we have to copy this line of the code and paste it over here, and we have to just change few things like email, and here we also need to change to email and copy this one, and here we have to change email and save this. After email, the next field will be for contact number, so things will be almost same for this one also. So I'm going to copy paste this line of the code and paste it over here, and here we have to write contact number, and here we also need to change to contact number, and we have to change the email to contact number over here, this places. And if I save this, if I go to the UI, it will look like this. Let me close this one. If I write something and if I delete this one, if I change to a different field, you can see this field is invalid. If I write, you can see this field is invalid is visible. Okay, it means the validation and everything is working fine as expected. Now the next field will be for, okay, so that will be of like select type, right? So I'm just going to copy paste this one for now, and we are going to do the modification. So payment method, this one, and the mat error. Okay, so here we also need to change this to payment method, this one. Okay, it should be of mat select actually. So first let me here we also need to paint, and after that here we have to change to mat select, this one, and it should also close. So I'm going to close this one, mat select, and it should be mat input need to be removed from here, and inside this we have to put the options. So mat option and the value, and here first will be cache, and here we have to write value, and here we have to write cache, and just copy paste this line of the code 2 times, and you can add multiple options, and here we have to change this to credit card, and just paste to outside of this one also, credit card, and here we are going to change this to debit card, and the payment method, and here we also need to change these places and format this, and mat form field for payment method is also created. If I go to the UI, it will look like this. You can see we are able to select, right? Get back over here and let me refresh this and let me show you. If I just this one, and if I go like this, you can see we are getting the error. It means this one is also working fine as expected. Now here we have to break the line HR like this, and after that here we have to write b bold and span, and here we have to write select product, and here we have to write form. Actually we have to create one more form in the same name, form group, and here we have to write manage order form, and div fx flex fx layout, and it should be column, and inside this div fx layout raw wrap mat form field, and appearance standard, this one, and fx flex, and in this we need to display all the categories which we are going to get it from backend. So whenever the first time page get load, so in that case we get multiple categories from the backend, we have to display it over here. So here we have to write mat label category, and inside this we have to mat select and form control name, and here we have to write category, and here we have to write selection change. So in that case we need to call a method to get the product. So get all the products related to that particular category, we need to call that method. So get products by category method. Let me show you which method we are going to call it. So this is whenever the page load we are going to call this method, and get product by category. So this method we need to call. So whenever any category going to change, just paste it over here, and here we have to pass the value from element. So event, yeah, and here we have to write mat option and star ng4, and let category of categories, and here we have to pass the value category, and inside this we have to write category dot name. Now if I save this one and if I go to the UI, you can see we are able to see like this. Okay, and okay, one more thing we forget over here, it should be under mat card. So just put a mat card and just cut this, and after form just put it and format this document. Yep. Now get back to over here, you can see we are able to see the category. Okay, let me add one more so that you can understand. This one to Okay, name, let me write, and let me select to this one, test, right here, and let me click on add it. If I go to the manage category, you can see we are getting two options, so it means that it's working fine. Now the next method is to get the we will have all the list of the products now, and now we have to display in the particular mat form field, and from there if I select, it should set the data in other fields. So for that purpose we are going to use this one method. So for that we are going to create, so mat form field, this one, appearance and standard, this one, fx flex, mat icon, and here we have to write product, and here we have to write mat select, and form control, this will be the same, and here we have to write product and selection change, and here we have to call one method. So the method will be get product details, this method we need to call, and just paste the name over here, and here from event $event dot value, and mat option and star ng for lit category of products, and here we have to write value, and here we have to write category, and inside this we have to write category dot name. So if I go over here, there's some error. So here we did few mistakes. So first we write here mat icon, so just change to label, and here we also need to change to label. And after that we made a mistake over here, so the bracket should not close over here, it should close over here, and we also need to change this one to product. Here it will not give error for this one for sure, but this to value part and this will be having some issues. Okay, after that there's one more error, we are getting category, so here just change to product and save this. You can see error has been removed. Now if I go over here, if I need to select T, and if I go over here you can see black tea, and you can see if I select this one, the value get changed. So it means that both are getting changed as per we have selected the value. Okay, after this we have to add few more fields like for price, quantity and total. So let's write the code for that one. So what we are going to do is we are going to copy paste the name part of this one, this part of the code, and we go to the bottom of this page, and here we are going to paste it, and we are going to change the field's name. So I'm going to change this to price, and here, and this one price, and here this field we are going to make it as read only field, and we also need to change the name. So I'm going to change this one, as we don't need to do the price changes, but still we are going to copy paste. Okay, and so now again we have to copy this line of the code and paste it over here, and this time this will be for quantity. So quantity, and here we also need to change to quantity. Copy paste this one, price, just change to price to quantity, and here we also need to change to quantity, and few more line of the code or we need to add. So first we are going to remove the read only from here, and whenever the key up, in that case we need to set call a method. So the method will be set quantity method, I think. Yep, let me scroll down. Yeah, this method we need to call, and here we just need to paste it over here, method name, and in this we are just going to pass the event. So dollar event, and here we write hash input, and after that save this. Then we have to copy this method again, this part of the code again over here, and this field will be for total, so I'm going to write it total, and the total after that required, and it should be read only, and here we also need to change the field name, so total. I'm going to copy paste this one, total, and paste it over here, and after that we have to go out of this form, and here we have to write for buttons actually. So, and here we are going to create a div, and here we have to write button, and it should be matte flat button, and the color will be primary, and disabled, and validate. So validate add button. So for that we are going to call a method. So validate product add, this method we need to call. So this method, and on click of this button, so we have to call add method, which we have created over here. So let me show you also this one, this method we need to call, and here let me write here add, and after that here we have to display the total amount, so button, and here we have to write matte flat button, and the color primary, and class float and right, and here we have to write matte icon, and here we have to write monetization underscore on icon we are going to use, and total amount, and here we have to write total amount, and save this. After that we are going to break the line HR and save this. Let's see how UI looks right now. So you can see in the left side we are seeing the add button, you can right side you can see the total amounts. So let me click on T to black, and we are getting something went error. Okay, so let's check it out why we are getting this error. Go to the network tab, let me test it out. Okay, so you can see we are calling this API, but it does not having slash over here. So get by ID we having error in that, so we have to go to the product services, and here you can see we have forget to add slash. Just add it and save it and get back over here. Now if I try to change to T, and if I black T, you can see 100 quantity is added. If I write 10, you can see automatically get changed. So if I write 2, you can see 200. It means that it's working fine. If I click on add product added successfully, 200 is there, but still we are not able to see the like which quantity has been added and all. So let's go and do those changes, and after adding we also need to remove. Okay, so let's write the code for that. So let's go over here. So manage order page, get back over here. Now we have to create a over here, so div class, and here we have to write responsive underscore table, and let me scroll a little bit up this one. This we have to write table, here we have to write main table, and data source, and here we have to write data source, and here we have to write class mat patient, yes, edit, and after that we have to write ng container and mat column diff name and th mat star mat header cell div, this one, and here we write name td mat cell star mat cell div, this one, let element, and after that this container we just need to copy this one and paste it over here, and here we have to write category first, category. Let me copy this one, category over here, category, and after category the next will be for price, and paste it over here, then it's just price. After price the next will be 24, copy this, paste it over here one more time, and the price changes to quantity, and here we need to change to quantity, and it should be small, I think, yeah, and here we just need to paste this one, and after quantity the next will be for total. I'm going to paste it over here, also change this one to T should be capital, and at last we also need to paste it over here, and this will be field for edit, and here mat header cell, this one will be for delete, and here we don't need this one element, this part, delete this one, and here we have to write let I is equals to index, and the class action link button math icon button color primary, and math tool tip edit, and click handle delete action. So this method we have created over here, so delete action, this method we are going to call over here, and in this we have to pass I and element, and inside this one we just need to write math icon, and here we write delete. Save this, let me increase the size of this one, okay, and after this we have to write few lines of the code over here, so tr and mat header raw mat header raw ref, this one, displayed column and sticky true, and after that tr mat raw div this one, let raw column and displayed column, this one, semicolon, and close this one and save this. So we are not getting an error. If I go over here, let me close this one also. Now you can see in the bottoms we are able to see all the fields like in the tables, name, category, price, quantity, total, and delete. Okay, so let's fill out all the details. Let me select the tea and black tea, and let me increase the quantity to 2, and let me click on add. You can see product added successfully, we are able to see. Okay, this is the edit we are seeing at mat tooltip, so just change this to delete this one. And one more thing, we need to change it over here. So for that we have to go to the build.services, and here in the generate report method we have just write it generated report, So just delete the B and save this and get back over here. Now items has been removed. So let's write once more time. I'm going to write 5. I'm going to add it. Now I'm going to add it again. Product already exists here. I'm getting right now. If I'm going to add this one, write 12. I'm going to add it. You can see 776. If I want to delete it, you can see we are also able to delete it, changing it, and 10. Add it. You can see everything is working as expected. So let me fill up this form, btechdays, and here I'm going to write btechdays@email.com, and here I'm going to write contact number, which does not exist, and I'm going to click on cache. If I click on cache, you can see automatically this button has been enabled. Let me click on submit and generate bill. So you can see automatically a PDF has been generated and it started getting downloaded. You can see if I click on open, you are able to see it did open. You can see the name, you can see the contact number, you can see the email address, you can see the payment method, and you can see the product details like name, you can see category, you can see quantity, you can see price and subtotal. And here you can see also the total value. So it means that this managed order is working as per expectations. And so this is all about managed order part of cafe management system. I hope you guys like this video, so please hit like and subscribe my channel.